So we got, how many x's do we have here? 5, 10, 18, 25 x's. Yep. So we got 25x plus. It appears we're doing better on this one than we did that last one. Plus, what else we got? We got a 10, a 15, so 15, 17, 25. Is it 30? 40 equals 540. That's how we can set that one up. Subtract the 40. So 25x would equal 500. We divide by x. 4 of those. 20. It just asked us to find x, didn't it? Yeah. Is everybody good on that one? So on A, we got 2880. B, all equal. C, what did 2880 divided by 18 end up being? What was it? 160? Okay. All right, so today, the next thing we're going to do is start talking about what it means for shapes to be congruent. That means all their parts are going to be the same. All right, so let's fill in a few blanks. Geometric figures are congruent if they have the same size and shape. The parts of two polygons that match or go together are called, write in the word corresponding. So corresponding parts. So corresponding parts is the answers we want in there. And what corresponding means is the things that are in the same place. Yeah, so when we have corresponding parts, they're congruent. So corresponding sides are congruent. And corresponding angles are congruent.
What would be parallel? I know what parallel is, but
Okay.
on like these it says the sides are congruent and angles are congruent.
Right.
Will there ever be an angle and side that's parallel to the other?
Not on this one. That could happen later, like in parallelograms. We learn those. So it could happen, but it's just never going to matter on this little unit we're doing. All right, number 2, naming congruent figures is important. Now write the congruent statement comparing the corresponding parts. So in those first two triangles up there, if I take the first one and I do triangle ABC, okay, the congruent symbol is equal with a similar sign over it. Does that make sense? That's what congruent means. So we are trying to go in the same order. So what angle should match up with A? Should be F, right? And then which one match up with B? C, G, and then H? So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FGH. So that works just like the similarity statements, except now they're saying the parts are equal to each other. Okay, on the next one over where it says FGHI is congruent to, we would do the same thing, go in the same order. So you got to figure out F goes with B, doesn't it, up there? Then they go to G, so we would go to X, C, Z. Now, so what this means is we're going to fill in that number 3 here in just a second. But I want you to understand this. When you are trying to match up the parts, they're in the same order. So for instance up here, Tony, if I ask you like from this one, what side would be congruent to BC over there, could we tell without the picture? You can't. It's black magic. I'm going to teach you this. It's going to change your life. Are you ready? BC is the last 2 letters there, right? What are the last 2 letters there? Boom. Well, now we have to know this is true, but if they give you the congruence statement, so if they say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FGH, even without the picture, the things in the same place have to be congruent to each other. So in other words, BC has to be congruent to GH. All right, so if we look down here, let's do a couple of these. On number 3, it says complete the statement. See, they gave triangle WRD is congruent to triangle PLK. Tony, here's your chance to redeem yourself. Okay, so WR would be congruent to what? PL. Good. Just when I think you can't do anything right, Tony, you go and totally redeem yourself. All right. Let's go to B. Triangle BGT is congruent to triangle DSN. That means angle T would be congruent to angle N. C. Triangle SVP is congruent to triangle MTQ. So QM would be congruent to PS. I think we're getting the pattern here, aren't we? Okay, that's not too bad, is it? So on D, XC would be the same as PW. Now, look at E, though. Now, this one is asking you, they gave you a triangle congruence statement. I'm going to write this one up here so we can see it good. They said that triangle RHK is congruent to triangle WVO. Now they're saying triangle KRH is congruent to something. So basically what this one is wanting you to try to figure out is, Dawson, if they change up the order there, what has to happen to the other order? Yes. What do you think it would be in this case? What's that now? OWV. How confident are you in this answer? Fairly? Not like extremely? So basically what has to, R and W are in the same place, correct? Are R and W in the same place here? That's a good sign. H and V are in the same place, right? Are H and V in the same place here? K and O, K and O. Dawson, you should have had more faith in yourself. That was 100% correct. And then the last one, F, angle D would be congruent to angle M. So basically all we're doing on this lesson, this is kind of a simple one again, but we're just going with the fact that if two shapes are congruent, all of the angles in the same place are equal, and all of the sides in the same place are equal. So with that knowledge, on the back of the front of the notes, can you guys do 4, 5, 6, and 7? Yeah. To the best of your ability.